What's good, YouTube? You know who it is. Chris Jones, representing Pump Chasers. Alright, man, we got us a Ask Beastmode show. I read the comments, guys. You wanted a show? Here you go. If you want to see more shows, I need videos. I need videos. I can't fucking pull a show from the sky. I can't pull a show out of my ass here. People keep asking me to produce a show. I can't produce a show unless people like yourselves stop hiding and bring me some videos. Send your videos to askbeastmode@hotmail.com. Videos and videos only. Okay? Let's get some physiques to critique. How about some of you guys go in the gym, record yourself performing certain exercises? Maybe we could critique some of you guys' form. Ask me any questions you want. Alright, let's have fun with this shit. This show is for you. Alright? Also, one more thing. Take this intro pump. I read your comments, guys. Instagram followers were notified first, so make sure you follow me on Instagram. Intro Pump is now back in stock. So we got Intro Pump back in stock, Pump and Grind Pre-Workout back in stock, and GAF Whey back in stock. Don't forget we got the Pump Chaser stack. You buy GAF protein and Pump and Grind Pre-Workout together, and you get $20 off. And let me say thank you to everybody that has been supporting me. The tags on Instagram have been booming, sales have been doing great, and none of that is possible without you. So guys, let's get down to business. We already know, any disrespectful comments will get you blocked. I don't understand why people take time out their fucking day to get on the internet and talk shit about somebody that don't even fucking know. It's just unnecessary and stupid. We all here trying to grow, do better, and at the end of the day, I mean, if you're part of the Pump Chasers family, we should be sticking together, lifting each other up, not bringing people down. Okay? So, with that said, let's go to the first person.
Hey Chris, what's up, man? My name is Richard. I really appreciate your videos and keeping your channel positive and helping people out. There's a lot of negativity in the fitness industry and a lot of bullshit, so I do enjoy your channel a lot. My question to you is, can there be a thing as too much cardio? Right now I'm on a cut. I train twice a day. I do fasted cardio, usually about an hour or two after I wake up, about an hour on the step mill at a reasonable pace. And then I'll have a meal or two, and then I'll hit the gym again about 6 to 8 hours later to do weights and an additional cardio session. It's been doing really well as far as blasting the fat off. My cut's going really good, but my strength has gone to shit. I've been noticing my weight's going down consistently at each workout. So I'm wondering if I'm overdoing the weights, if I should just bump up the calories, or possibly modify my split. Now I eat about 4 to 6 meals a day. My calories are usually around 3,000 to 3,500. It takes about 5,000 calories for me to maintain my weight. So for me, that's a pretty big reduction. I'm on a 40-40-20 diet, 40% protein, 40% carbs, 20% fat. I do a 5-day split, training about 1 to 2 body parts per day. Usually day 1 will be shoulders, day 2 back, day 3 legs, day 4 chest, day 5 arms, and I don't really train abs, to be honest with you, because abs for me is just a question about your body fat. So I'm not sure if I should just consume more calories, or if I should reduce the cardio, or perhaps change my split routine while I'm on a cut. Now I am taking steroids, by the way. They're prescribed to me by a doctor. I'm taking a TRT dose, about 200 milligrams per week. I've been on the juice for about 2.5 to 3 months now. And honestly, it hasn't really helped me much as far as strength gains in the gym goes. So it's just perplexing to me. You know, I've been doing really good on the cut, but damn, man, my strength has just gone to hell. And I like to keep my strength where it was at while getting down to a single-digit body fat. So any help on that would be greatly appreciated.
All right, my brother.
Thank you.
First and foremost, thank you for sending your video in. Now, let's get to this guy's question. Pretty good question. First and foremost, when someone asks me a question about cutting, or if they're cutting too fast, etc., it would be a great idea to let's see your physique, right? Let's see what the fuck you got going on, because that's really gonna help me give you my opinion. See, what people don't understand is the leaner you are, the harder it is to get leaner. And I know that sounds crazy, but that's just how it is. When you're a little on the fatter side, you lose weight very easily. Now, when you're fucking lean, like a single-digit body fat, like 9% or lower, that's when your body is really trying to hold on to fat because it doesn't want to get any leaner. See, your body's first choice, first instinct is to survive. It does not desire to be stupid lean, rather you're natural or not. Okay? So, for an example, this guy was like 8% body fat, veins in his lower abs, and he's telling me he has to do an hour or 2 hours of cardio, which is ridiculous, by the way, but I would somewhat understand, especially if you're trying to get show ready. See, hoe ready and show ready ain't the same thing. Hoe ready is just like looking good for the beach or some shit. You know, show ready is like your cheeks are sucked in, you got separation, you like that. I flex my tricep, I would have separation, I would have feathers inside the muscle, vascularity. That's completely two different levels of body conditioning. Okay, so it would have been a great look for him to show me his physique. But I'm gonna go off his face. See, his face is not really sunk in, so that tells me he's not crazy lean. The face, 9 times out of 10, the face and the neck always gives it away. If he doesn't have that fucking deep cheekbones, sucked in look, he's not crazy lean. So he's still trying to get lean. Okay, so with that said, we're gonna assume he's somewhere between 12 to 15% body fat, right? Nothing less than 10. Dude, an hour or 2 hours of cardio is way too much. If you have to do anything more than 45 minutes of cardio, you need to fix your fucking diet. It should take an hour at the absolute most. If you gotta do more than an hour a day of fucking cardio to get leaner, you need to fucking check your diet. It shouldn't take all that cardio activity to drop body weight. Unless, like I said, you're fucking lean as a motherfucker and you're trying to get show ready. Then yes, I know some people who gotta come to the gym 45 minutes on an empty stomach and then go back to the gym later on at night and do 45 more minutes to get to that stupid level of leanness. Not everybody, but it is common. You know what I mean? But if you're just trying to get already lean, dude, you gotta do more than 45 minutes to an hour of cardio a day. Fix your fucking diet. That's why you're feeling so weak in that damn gym. You're doing too much damn cardio. You are depleting, even though and it's crazy because you're dieting on 3,500 calories and still losing weight. You know, like, you can do one or two things. First off, try keeping your diet at 3,500 calories, dropping your cardio down to maybe 20 or 30 minutes and see if you're still losing weight. If you're still losing about a pound or 2 a week, you good. Okay? And if you're not losing any more weight, adjust the diet. Maybe go from 3,500 calories to let's go to 3,200 calories. Diet is number one. Cardio is just a plus. Cardio is just to ensure we are in a calorie deficit. A cardio shouldn't just make your deficit. You should try to get your calorie deficit from fucking marathon levels of cardio. So that's my verdict for you, man. Cut back on all that damn cardio. Take it down to 20 or 30 minutes and let the diet be king. If your metabolism is so good that it takes you 5,000 calories to maintain your body weight, man, you can honestly probably get away with doing little to no cardio for a very long time. You know, now once you start creeping into the 2,800 calories to lose weight or whatever, then maybe bring the cardio in. But at this moment, man, if you gotta keep in mind, you know, weightlifting is what's gonna help you hold on to that muscle. Yes, you get leaner with doing a lot of cardio, you get leaner with dieting, but if you're not able to perform in that gym to decent standards, and when I say decent standards, that's gonna vary person to person. Obviously, 225-pound bench press is gonna be heavy for some people and it's gonna be light for others. So you gotta go person to person basis. So let's say, for example, I can lift 225 pounds on the flat bench for 15 reps. If I'm dieting and I can barely hit it 6 reps, that's fucking pathetic. How do you go from 15 reps on the flat bench to 6 reps on the flat bench just because you're dieting? So that means most likely I'm dieting too hard. If your performance drops too much, you're dieting way too fucking hard. For an example, guys, you see me front squat 315 while I'm bulking, and now that I'm cutting, I'm still front squatting 315. Now, obviously, I'm not getting 8 to 10 reps. It's down to about 5 to 8, but I can still hit it, and the reps aren't that far away. See, performance should be number one, whether you're natural or not. You know what I mean? You still gotta make your performance in the gym a priority, because that's gonna determine how if you keep a lot of your mass or not. Now, obviously, guys, when you're dieting, strength loss is gonna happen. Okay, but you don't want to lose 50% of your strength. You understand what I'm saying? One more thing, big respect for bringing up the TRT thing. That is nothing to be ashamed of. You know, I am a natural guy. I fucking promote natural bodybuilding. But man, we are all in this shit together. I love everybody, especially the people that support me. I just don't like lying motherfuckers. I don't like motherfuckers claiming that you when they're fucking not and shit like that. One thing he mentioned, guys, that he's on TRT, which is low dose of steroids prescribed by a doctor. This guy obviously has low test. So he had to go get prescribed by a doctor to keep his test levels balanced, because guys, when your test levels are lower than normal, that can actually produce serious health risks, especially as a man. You can catch prostate cancer, you can actually become a diabetic. There's so many things that can happen to you if your test levels are low. Sex drive drops. If you can't fuck, I mean, honestly, you're really fucked. You know what I mean? A man should be fucking. You know, so if you can't get your dick hard, honestly, all the muscles in the world don't mean nothing if you ain't got no hard cock. All right? So, yes, he's on low doses. He's on low doses of roids, and he's actually surprised that he hasn't gotten any stronger. I'll tell you why he hasn't gotten any stronger. 250 milligrams is low. You know, a lot of these fake natties out here, right? These guys who claim natural and they're really not. A lot of them on about 0.5 gram to 1 gram of test a week. So he's only on shit 25% of what a lot of these half natty, fake natty motherfuckers are taking. So if he wants to be stronger, he needs to up the dose. But that's not my place to say. I'm not a fucking doctor, okay? I'm not a steroid dealer. And I don't even take steroids, but I do know quite a few people that do. You know, keep in mind, I've been in the fitness industry 5 years. I know people that know people that know people, and I got friends in all kinds of circles. You know, and they do talk. But if anybody's wondering why this guy has taken tests and he's still really not getting any stronger, he's feeling weak, that's because he's on very low dose, very, 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 very low dose. There are some fucking quote-unquote natural bodybuilders that take much more than this guy. All right? So anyway, man, thank you for your support. Thank you for sending your video. And let's go to the next person.
What's going on, Beastmode? So, my question is about training 2 times in 1 day. So, would you recommend doing a workout 1 in the morning and 1 at night? The way I've been trying to do it recently is setting it up so in the morning, it would be more of a in the morning, it would be more of a bodybuilding type of workout. Then towards the night, it would be more of a powerlifting type of workout. So in the morning, I'd keep my reps between 8 to 10, and at night I would keep it between 3 to 4. But it would be a completely different muscle group. So say in the morning it would be, you know, back and biceps. At night it could be chest and shoulders. But at night I just focus on powerlifting, focus on strength. You know, take longer rest periods, and so on. What are your thoughts on working out 2 times per day? And what would you eat between those 2 sessions, and how much break time would you give between those 2 sessions? If you would recommend training twice per week. For my goal is to get stronger and bigger at the same time, which is why I'm doing bodybuilding / powerlifting type of split thing. So let me know what you think, man. I really appreciate it.
First and foremost, thank you for sending your video in. Secondly, let's get down to business. All right, so this guy wants my opinion on training 2 times a day. Now, before I begin, I already know my opinion may not sit well with others, and that's completely fine. I am a grown-ass man. I'm an individual. I am entitled to my own opinion. But guys, feel free to chime in the comment section below. Just don't attack me. That's a no-no. We can definitely disagree, but let's disagree respectfully here. All right? So with that said, I am not a big fan of weight training twice in the same day. Now, while cutting, I'm a huge advocate, and you can actually watch my vlogs. I've shown this many times since the year 2013 to now. I love waking up before I have my breakfast or whatever, do my cardio on an empty stomach, sipping on some BCAAs like Intra Pump, maybe take a fat burner and do my cardio on an empty stomach, maybe do some abs if it's time to train. I like to train abs twice, sometimes 3 times a week, typically on Mondays and Thursdays, or Tuesdays and Fridays, or some shit like that. So I wake up the first thing in the morning, do my cardio, go home, have breakfast, do my work, do my emails, do any errands I gotta do, go back to the gym in about 5 or 6 hours and lift. And a lot of people do that, including the guy who was first on this video. The first guy, I mean, he does too much damn cardio, you know, but I love that type of training. You know, but to go to the gym and train heavy in the same day, like, you gotta understand, first off, I'm assuming you're natural. You look like a young guy. I hope you are. You know, and then you're messaging me and you're young, so I'm a bet 80% chance you're natural. Now, I do know that I got quite a few people that are natural and not that watch me, and that's fine. We love everybody here. We just don't like fake natties and liars. Yeah, man, what's the fucking point, man? Like, first and foremost, like I said, this is my opinion. If you consider how much time it takes to fucking train. See, y'all thinking, okay, what's the big deal? It only takes about 90 minutes to lift, and that's true, but think about the time you're getting dressed, right? You're putting on your clothes, you're hopping in your car to drive to the fucking gym. That's already 30 minutes in itself. Then you work out, then 30 minutes or so to drive home, right? That's assuming you live 30 minutes from the gym. Now, if you live 10 minutes away from the gym, do the math. That's a little less, but you get the point. You're spending, and if you're doing this 2 times a day, you're dedicating 4 to 5 hours out of your day to the fucking gym. Now, 4 to 5 hours a day, and let's say you train 5 days a week, that's a shitload of hours you're dedicating to the gym. Now, I'm assuming if you could train 2 times a day, you got quite a bit of free time. You know what I mean? So why not put that free time towards something else? Why not put that free time towards, I don't know, maybe work. Maybe get a job if you don't already have one. You know, or starting a small business. You know, I mean, there are so many other things you can do with this free time. You can study more, you can read more, goddamn play Xbox, meal prep. Meal prepping takes a lot of fucking time out of my weeks. Meal prep some meat and shit. You know, there's so many things you can do with your freaking free time. Why spend it all in the gym? 'Cause let me tell you this. It's not bodybuilding is a marathon. It is not a sprint. This is something, if you're really serious about it, you want to do this for the rest of your life. I want to be lifting weights when I'm 60, 70, 80 years old. Even longer if I live that long. 100 years old, whatever. I want to be in this gym forever. And with that said, you got to pace yourself. How long do you think you can keep this powerlifting in the morning, weightlifting, hypertrophy shit at night up? Do you think you can keep this shit up for 10 years, 20 years straight naturally? I'm not here to shit on anybody's dreams or tell people what they can and can't do, but I'm pretty confident that eventually you will be burnt out. You get you a girlfriend that's really serious and wants you to spend free time with her, unless she's into the gym as much as you, I mean, that's gonna be a problem now. I mean, what about when you get older and have kids? You think you're gonna still be doing this 2-day shit? Like, you gotta think long term. That's why a lot of these motherfuckers who preach that no pain, no gain, no pain, no gain bullshit, they're in the gym throwing weights around, lifting with bad form. That's why they're always complaining about elbow pain and chest tears and back pain, because they don't think for the future. You can't keep that shit up forever. You understand what I mean? So, if you got that much free time, why not just train 6 days a week? Maybe the first 3 days, you can do like a push-pull leg, and then the last 3 days, powerlifting style. You know, there's so many splits you can do. You can do power bodybuilding. There's power bodybuilding programs out there that don't require you to come to the gym 2 times a day, spending 4 to 5 hours out of your fucking free time to fucking train. You gotta keep in mind too, there's only 24 hours in the day. I'm assuming you're sleeping 8 of them because you seem very serious. So I'm assuming 8 of those hours you're gonna sleep. Now you're left with 16. You gotta go to work or school or whatever you do. I'm gonna assume you're a student, you look very young. You gotta go to work or school. Then you gotta study or whatever it is you gotta do. Then you got free time to train. Like, damn, you just like, you got a fucking pie. A big slice of that pie is dedicated to training. Like, it doesn't take all that to make gains. Like, how many, like, bodybuilding is like cooking a fucking steak, right? Like, you're cooking a steak, right? At some point, that steak is done. Now, if you leave that steak on too long, on that heat too long, eventually all the juices are gonna be dried out. It's gonna taste rubbery. It ain't gonna have that flavor. That's what you're doing. You're just overworking your body. Like, you don't need all that training to grow. You hit it hard as fuck. You rest, you feed the body, and watch it grow. And if you start hitting sticking points where you're not growing no more, guess what? You gotta get stronger. If you're curling with 30 pounds, you need to be curling with 35 pounds now. If you're curling with 35 pounds, eventually you gotta go up to 40 pounds. And you gotta maintain that same form. That's how you grow, making progress. Same way, getting stronger. I mean, you just gotta adjust your programming, but going to the gym in the morning, doing this powerlifting shit, and going to the gym at night, you're just spending a whole bunch of your free time for nothing. Now, honestly, if I honestly felt like you would get more gains doing this, I'd be like, fuck it, go for it. Who knows? Your dreams might be to become the best bodybuilder on the planet. And if I felt like this would get you closer to your goal, I would say, all right, young man, you're obviously determined. Go ahead and do these 2 times a week and good luck. But no, you do not need to train 2 times a day to get more gains. It's actually, if you're not getting enough sleep or feeding your body, you might honestly be slowing down your gains. If you overtrain your body, overwork your body, you're just slowing down your recovery. Recovery is one of the most overlooked things in this shit. You have to recover and you have to feed your body. You have to rest. Constantly beating up your fucking body, it's not gonna get you any closer to your goal. Guys, I own a gym. I'm actually in my gym office right now. Trust me, I work for myself. I have plenty fucking free time. I have plenty free time. I'm my own boss. I do what the fuck I wanna do when I wanna do it. If I felt like lifting weights 2 times a day will make me fucking bigger, trust and believe I would be doing that shit. Okay, so now I gave my opinion. All right, I gave my big brother talk that he did not ask for, by the way. Well, kind of did. He asked my opinion on training 2 times a day. I told him it's not going to get him any closer to his goals. This is a marathon, not a sprint, and he can make much better use of his free time. But with that said, let's just assume that he's going to do what the fuck he want to do anyway. So, if you plan on doing what the fuck you want to do anyway, this is what you do, brother. Okay? If you're gonna train this way 2 times a day, I wish you would have told me how many days a week. Let's just say 4 or 5 times a week you do this, okay? Please don't do this every day or 6 times a week. No more than 5. Okay? Make sure you're in a calorie fucking surplus. Whatever your calorie surplus is, let's say it takes you 2,800 calories to maintain. You want to go 500 above that, right? Well, since you're training 2 times a fucking day, instead of going 500 calories above your surplus, go about 700 calories above your surplus. You're training pretty fucking hard. You're training twice a day. All right? So, let's take your maintenance calories, increase them by 700. Not 500, which is standard for natural bodybuilding. For slow progress, take it up to 700. All right? And when you wake up, you say you want to train first thing in the morning, which is what you should do, because if you wait too long, it's going to be the afternoon, then you're going to train in the afternoon, then next thing you know, you're going to be back at the gym at midnight trying to work out again. So, wake up in the morning and go to the kitchen, make you a nice smoothie. A scoop of protein of your choice. Yeah, wait. A scoop of protein of your choice. I've made this smoothie for years, okay? A scoop of protein of your choice. Throw in a banana and maybe some almond butter, because those fats are gonna slow down the release of those carbs. Help them last a little bit longer. Throw some ice in the blender. Blend it up. And drink it on your way to the gym. So when you wake up, wash your face, brush your teeth, put on your gym clothes, have your gym clothes by the bed. Right? Because you ain't got no time to waste. You got 2 sessions to kill. Go to the kitchen, make your smoothie with your fruit, your little bit of peanut butter or almond butter, your protein, and go straight to the gym. Right? Kill your workout, your power workout, whatever the fuck you do it. Alright? Come home, have a meal. You know, go to school, go to work, whatever it is you do. But before you go to the gym again, try to get at least 2 or 3 meals in. So, make sure you give yourself at least 6 hours between sessions. So, let's say you get done working out at about 10 a.m. Don't go back to that gym till at least 4. So, you go to the gym about 8 o'clock. You get done working out about 9:30, 10. You don't take your ass back to that gym till about 4. Minimum. You can go back at 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever, but don't go back to 4. Give yourself at least 6 hours to get some food in you, get some carbs in you. All right? Try to get at least the majority of your carbs from the day in before you go back to that gym. So let's say you're on 400 grams of carbs a day. Shit, you want to at least have 300 knocked out before you go back to make sure you're ready to go hit it again. So I hope that helps you out, man. Like I told you, I don't necessarily agree with a natural person training with weights heavy 2 times a day. But if you're gonna do it, that's my advice, man. Wake up, have you a big smoothie, go hit it. After you hit it, wait at least 6 hours before you go to the gym again. Make sure you're getting 700 calories above your maintenance to begin with. See how that works for you. If you start losing weight, go a little higher than 700. You know what I mean? And make sure you get plenty of carbs in before you train that second time. Any more questions, just email me. I'll love to chop it up with you. You seem like a cool kid, man. And don't forget, when you make that smoothie, use GA protein. All right, homies and homies. So there it is, man. That's my 2 guests of the day. I'm going to ask you guys 1 favor and 1 favor only. Be sure to give me a like. It's really going to help the channel grow. And damn it, I'm trying to get to the moon. I can't get to the moon without my Pump Chasers family behind me. So be sure to give me a like. Also, if you want to see the show grow, people send me fucking videos. Send me video. I love doing this shit. For one, I get to bring you guys a video, and I really ain't gotta do shit. I ain't gotta go in there and work out. I ain't gotta find no instrumental to commentate over. I literally sit in my office, talk some shit, piece it together. It won't take me about 30 minutes to put this shit together, and I can go over here and go about my damn day. That's good. Y'all get good help, good advice. I ain't gotta do shit. So we both winning. Alright? So be sure to give me a like. Send me some videos. We'll try to do this every 2 weeks if we can get some videos in. Okay? Don't forget to like my shit. Comment, subscribe. Buy 30 of them bitches. And holler back at your boy.